right there on top of the moon. We could sit and do nothing. Oh.
Hey guys, welcome to the full moon in Taurus, which is also a lunar eclipse. So first of all, I want to tell you what a lunar eclipse actually is. What happens in the sky when we talk about eclipses, especially the lunar eclipse. So when we have a lunar eclipse, what actually happens is we have the sun, we have the earth, and we have the moon. And when a lunar eclipse appears, it is that the sun, the earth, and the moon are straight in a line, like on a full moon. When we have this lunar eclipse, we do see the light of the moon, but just for general knowledge, the moon itself doesn't have light. So what makes the moon shine and bright is the sun. So the sun's light reflecting or shining on the moon and gets reflected by the moon. That's why we have the moonlight. But now on this eclipse is the earth or her shadow onto the moon. So the moon can't absorb the light from the sun and therefore can't reject it and can't project it. So, but what also will happen is we might see the moonlight a little bit more reddish, more in the red color and orange color, as it is not so full of light and cannot project the light onto us here on earth so much. And this is the whole energy reaching us as well. And then this lunar eclipse happens in the sign of Taurus on the 19th of November in 27 degrees of Taurus. So it's also very, very close to our North Node, while our North Node is at the moment in the sign of Gemini, but also switches signs next year into Taurus. We have a lot of Taurus energy with us, starting from this lunar eclipse in Taurus, because what happens is eclipses always appear every 6 months. And with this specific lunar eclipse, we're starting a series. We are also still in Scorpio season, so we have this fixed water feminine energy sign of Scorpio now coping with the Taurus lunar eclipse, while Taurus is also a fixed sign, a feminine energy, but an earth sign. So we have the fixed water with the fixed earth here. So we have an instability of light really here, because the light that we normally receive on a full moon from the moon and the sun, because they're both playing together, is now switched off, is dimmed. And so we don't receive this light, this energy, what we normally do on a full moon, on this lunar eclipse now. And because the light in generally, whether it be from the sun, the moon, the stars, is so important for our existence, it's so important for our vitality, it's so important for life on earth. Without this life we cannot exist, and therefore lunar eclipses have always been a little bit seen as not fun or scary, but it's actually not. So in general, it's just the time where we have to deal with or have to look a little bit more deeper on to our shadow sides from our lives and from ourselves. So it's always a good opportunity to work also on ourselves and to work on this parts that we normally don't want to work on, because now the universe is kind of forcing us a little bit into it. Yeah, but it's a good process, and it's needed. It's so needed. And always remember that when we have no dark, like seeds, they grow into the deepest dark of the earth, and they come up as the beautiful, most beautiful flowers. So it's always a birthing process here as well. And therefore eclipses are also good time to just turn off the volume of your life, and just turn off a little bit of everything what's going on. At least try to, and take deep breaths and detox and clear everything. As I said at the beginning, this eclipse in Taurus is actually the start. It's the openings. It's the opening ceremony. It's the opening party for another 1.5 years, as we have eclipses happening in this sign again. And we have our north node is changing into the sign of Taurus as well, and eclipses always happen close to the north node or the south node. So on a lunar eclipse we have it close to the north node, and on a solar eclipse, sun eclipse, we have it close to the south node. So what happens also with this lunar eclipse is that it is next to Uranus. Uranus is upheavals, for crisis, for shifts, for unconventional, unexpected things. So yeah, guys, there is a lot to come. Like Taurus, we have to look at Taurus, at the sign Taurus here, because Taurus rules earth. Everything earthy, this eclipse and further eclipses in Taurus makes us radically looking at what we need to change as a society, as the collective, and as individual. Especially when it comes to our food systems, because Taurus, for example, how do we grow our food? How do we proceed our food? How do we sustain ourselves? How do we sustain ourselves related to agriculture and the general food production? So this is just the big topic of Taurus, as Taurus rules this. No other sign that rules earth more than Taurus. And the other thing is, what Taurus also stands for is safety kind of things and money things, like money, our money system, our economy, like how do we exchange in the future? How do we see money? Does money get a complete different look, a new look? Think of blockchain, Bitcoin, you know, all these kind of things starting to just come up more and more. And then the other thing is just health. How is our health system working? We cannot get people something which kind of makes them a little bit more immune to whatever we have out there if we are not dealing with good food and with healthy food. And if our foods are so processed and so full of chemicals and of everything that actually harms the body, this does not work together. So this is what really is going to change in the future, definitely, and really good. It's a long process. It's not what happens from one day to the other. It's a long process. Remembering, we're shifting ages. We're going into the new Aquarian age, and this is a time society and the whole collective never has through before for the people living now on Earth, because this kind of changes always happen in a 200 years rhythm. So none of us has experienced this before, not as we are here on this earth today. So we all have to deal with this, and we all really have to be kind and compassionate and really there for each other. And as we are also still in Scorpio season, Scorpio rules also our feminine, our reproductive system. It's our DNA, as I told you before in the new moon Scorpio video. It's going deep, DNA and reproductive system. Here Scorpio is here to fight for his species. So we will see a lot of people speaking up. They want to be heard, and they want to be seen. They want to have a look at different aspects of health issues at the moment, and this is going to come up more and more from people this wise. And then also again Scorpio vibes here, asking questions, and the questions in general is the earth will show us. That's the answer. The earth will show us, especially in this eclipse days, that she wants to be heard. And she will show us in the next year as well. So the earth will want to have more attention with what's going on, and we will not have the choice to not look at it and to not listen to her. So she's gonna tell us, and we just have to listen and we have to act. It's gonna be a little bit chaotic, eruptive, and dark. So, but besides all of this, there is a lot of good things happening for us, as a lot of support for us as well. The boost of confidence is gonna come as well, and is still there. So and this gives us the attitude of, no matter what, I can do this. So yes, I got this no matter what. Yes, I got this no matter what. No matter what, I can do this. So this is the big confidence boost that we're also receiving with this lunar eclipse. Then we're coming to the health aspects of this lunar eclipse. And first of all, the herbal medicine for Taurus. The herbs for Taurus much needed now are kelp, licorice and ginger. With licorice, you have just to be careful if you have high blood pressure. You have to be careful with licorice. But you can still do kelp and ginger. Ginger in general, super good. Then for Scorpio, it's ginseng, schisandra and valerian. We need to calm our minds. We need to soothe our soul. So valerian, best for it. Remember, we have the moon also here playing a big role, because we have the lunar eclipse. The moon is involved, so the moon rules digestion, is the nutrition, and so it rules stomach, uterus, breasts, gallbladder. And with Taurus here, which rules food, we have to be careful with our food because it affects our digestion. And then we also have the female function in general, moon female, the cycles, the ovulation, fertility, hormones, everything is affected by the food as well. then we have the planet Venus, is the ruling planet of Taurus. And this is very interesting here because it rules, Venus also rules kidneys, bladder, uterus, ovulation, female reproductive systems, the thyroid, the voice, the throat. This is all Taurus related. And we have the, still also from Scorpio, also the female reproductive system here, and the DNA, and with all the topics that we're dealing with right now in this world, with some medication for some type of viruses, there is a lot about this topic, about woman fertility, woman reproductive systems, how this is related to each other, how this affects the woman fertility and the reproductive system. And this is not coincidence, guys. This is real. And with, remember, Scorpio fighting for his species. That's what Scorpios do. That's why they have their thing. This is happening right now, and this is what we need to look at this point as well. If we miss this, we're gonna miss a lot for our future generations as well. And the earth, the energy is giving us so many hints and so much that we just need to look at it and just need to think of it and just need to include a little bit more and need to listen to this. Then we have this big, huge aspect from Uranus, making the conjunction also here. And with Uranus is the nervous system. So remember, then our nervous system rules our digestion. So it's all connected, and that's why I love astrology, and that's why I love medical astrology so much, because it's all connected. Our body is just complete connected, and the systems and the organs, they are all playing out, and they're all playing together and not against each other. And yeah, but saying this, again, calming our minds. So everyone gets here a little bit nervous, either sides, no matter what type human you are. We have our beautiful Bach flowers there to help us. For Scorpio it's chicorée, and for Taurus is gentian. So you can mix both, and there are lots of Bach flowers, but I just name always the typical one for each sign. You can get it at Amazon, you can get Bach flowers at your apothecary, you can get it from your naturopath or homeopath, and from your health store as well. Check in there and get it, and then take some and calm your mind, as it is so important these days. For food, I'm Taurus in my ascendant, so I love food. I love healthy food. I have pomegranates, a lot of pomegranates. If they are not seasonal for you, just go and get them frozen or get a juice. We have cranberries, so important for the fertility, for women's cycles, for everything that we're dealing right now, even the throat, because you know it's connected. Then we have celery juice. I basically can sing a song about it, because celery juice is the number one. Citrus, so for example, in the morning do some lemon water, squeeze half of a lemon inside the water, drink it on an empty stomach. Do it consistently, then it will have more effect. And aloe vera juice, super good for the digestive system. Look that it's really 100% just pure aloe vera juice, no acids inside, not mixed with apple cider or vinegar or whatever, just 100% pure. That's what we want. Yeah, yeah, so and then crystals for Taurus. Rose quartz and sapphire are the crystals for Taurus. I would suggest working with these ones for the lunar eclipse as well. One ritual for sure also can be some mists for your aura, or just for feeling good. I have the Euphoria from Happy Society. I love it, and there are so many beautiful body sprays out there. It's always a really nice thing to put on your face or your body, and yeah, just tune into some good incense and good smells. Then please, really important, do not put your crystals outside this full moon lunar eclipse, because this eclipse light and this is eclipse energy, we don't want to charge our things with it. It's typically not the time to do anything like that. Yeah, don't put your moon water outside, don't put water outside and drink it afterwards. Typical moon juice, not suggested, not to do on this lunar eclipse. And yeah, and then you're just happy and good to go, and just relax, take your time, rest, see what's coming up for you again, and know that you can work with everything. Know the confidence you have, and know that whatever comes up is there finally to get seen and for you to work with it, and it's just happening for you, not against you. And yeah, I'm wishing you a happy lunar eclipse. Bye bye.